And I've actually chosen something that I'm really passionate about. I say that because it's one of my favorite films. Every time it's on television, regardless of how many times I've seen it, I need to watch it. And it's Home Alone. Now, we're going to talk about Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2, but not in the sense of talking about the movies. Yes, I'm sure there's going to be lots of you out there who love the first one, but I am a diehard fan of the second one. I just think it's far more superior than the first. Don't come at me. I know what you're thinking right now. But what I want to talk about today is the wisdom of Kevin McCallister. Now, yes, I know you're going to say, it's a script, Michelle. He's just reading from a script. But there's a lot of life lessons in Home Alone. And I thought I would just talk to you about it today. So the first one I'm going to bring up is, should you love? And there's that saying, isn't there? Is it better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all? And I think this philosophical question gets brought up in Home Alone. Yes, I know. Home Alone 2 with the bird lady. You remember the bird lady? And every time I saw her, I was like, I think it was Pam or Pat. She's Pam from The Casualty. If you all remember. But he befriends this bird lady in the middle of Central Park. And she has a chat with him. And I'm going to read you the script of what happens in this little dialogue between Kevin and the bird lady. So the bird lady says, I'm just afraid. If I do trust someone, I'll get my heart broken. And then Kevin says, I understand. I'm going to do his voice. I'm not. I had a nice pair of rollerblades. I was afraid to wreck them, so I kept them in the box. Do you know what happened? I outgrew them. I never wore them outside, only in my room a few times. To which the bird lady responds, a person's heart and feelings are very different than skates. And Kevin said, they're kind of the same thing. If you won't use your heart, who cares if it gets broken? If you just keep it to yourself, maybe it'll be like my rollerblades. When you do decide to try it, it won't be any good. You should take a chance. Got nothing to lose. So I love this interaction between the bird lady and Kevin, just because it's really sweet and really heartwarming, but also there is that wisdom connected to it. Is there something in your life that you're afraid to do because you're going to fail or you're going to get hurt in the process of doing it? So I think for me, actually, poignantly, to do the filming today, I'm none the wiser because I haven't done it. But what am I missing out on? I'm missing out on helping people, contributing to society. I'm missing out on getting my skills and my knowledge out there to people who need it. And so I think I was afraid to do the videos today. But actually, what does that mean? I'm never going to do the videos anymore? No. And it's what Kevin says to the bird lady. If you won't use your heart, who cares if it gets broken? So if I don't do the videos, who cares if they're never seen? What I love about this interaction as well is it's vulnerable and it's raw and it's real and it's really authentic. The bird lady's saying she's afraid that if she trusts someone, she'll get her heart broken, which tells me, and also that line gives you a lot of backstory that maybe in her past she did trust somebody and she did get her heart broken. Or on the flip side, she's never been able to trust somebody because of that fear. And actually, in both scenarios, it's quite sad, and you just want to say to the bird lady, you have to just take the step forward and do the thing that makes you vulnerable and fearful, because you're not getting anywhere. You're not moving forward if you do or if you don't. Sorry, if you don't move forward. But if you do, then at least you've got new information. At least you've taken a chance. And yes, if you get your heart broken again, you've got another reason to then not do it again. But at least you took the chance, because you never know, number one, who you're going to become in the process of trusting. And number two, the positives that would come out of trusting. Because sometimes we can see the negative and give a lot of weight to the negative outcomes in our lives and not the positives. So if that's you right now, you're out there and you are afraid to do something, you're afraid to ask the person out, you're afraid to start the business, you're afraid to change your career, you're afraid to take the stage and do the presentation. Just know that who you are right now, thinking about I could do this. Well, you're only going to stay that person by not taking action. But as soon as you take that step forward, you become somebody different. You become somebody with the courage to then pursue something and to do something and to take a step forward. I used to go to a philosophy class, which I loved every Saturday morning. And it's something I also did in therapy. We talk about this notion of being who you are in this present moment, but also becoming who you're about to be in the future. But the person who you are in the present is the only one that can make the decision to who you're becoming. So you have to make the decision that if I go for this job, then I will have this life. If I ask this person out, then I may potentially have this relationship. So you're becoming those things in the process of taking action in the present. It's quite a mind boggle when you think about it, this past and present, being and becoming version of yourself. And they're intertwined, they can never, ever be separated. But I love this quote, this interaction with the bird lady and Kevin. And also, a question for you. Where in your life do you stop yourself from being vulnerable? Where in your life do you have a line that's drawn in the metaphorical sand? And you're like, nope, I'm not going to show any more of myself there. I'm not about being naked, but it could be naked. But, I'm not going to show any more of myself. That's enough. This is my comfort zone. And then authentically, there's more to me underneath the surface, but I'm not willing to share that. And I think that's something that the bird lady is talking about. Obviously, she's talking about it in the sense of trusting someone with her heart, trusting someone to be able to fall in love with another, but also trusting someone enough to know that they will hold the truth and the authenticity and the realness of who you are in your wholeness, not just in the version of yourself that you decide to show to others. So again, this is the wisdom that I'm getting from Home Alone. I'm sure others are like, yeah, it's just a kids program, Michelle. But I love it. I just absolutely love it.